Welcome, everyone. The topic for the day is organizational safety and culture. So, we will have to understand what exactly is organizational safety and how do we build it. So, basic fundamental things that I've committed out here is to train our employees, protect our employees, and most importantly, prevent any sort of accident, untoward incident. So, building a safety culture is basically akin to eliminating accidents and injuries. So that is what we are looking into it. So why a safety culture? A safety culture predicts the safety performance things. We will talk about EMR in the subsequent slides and explain how EMR is very pivotal to the safety of the organization and thereby the profitability also. Key to preventing accident and injuries, build trust within an organization. Employees will be safe for themselves not only because of them requirement but also for the whole family, for the society as such. So this is not because there's just a policy. They need to be safe. We need to build a safe environment in an organization, so there is a sense of belongingness. Safety becomes the first thought before starting any and every task. Remember, safety is of paramount importance. Employee understand the company's values safety. In fact, many of the companies, the motto written out there in every block, every wall, every notice is safety. Nothing but safety first. How will safety culture impact my company if I want to go around it? First and the foremost thing is impact on accident reduction. First, developing a strong safety culture will impede any sort of untoward incidents. Any accidents that is supposed to be forthcoming will be averted. Fewer are at risk and behaviors, lower accidents. That means low turnover. People would trust to go around with it. We have that sense. Please understand. So, safety, fewer are at risk, lower accidents, lower absenteeism, lower worker compensation cost, in turn means higher productivity. So safety will play an integral role to your daily operations. Managers should demonstrate their commitment of their safety, and worker will take the ownership of their work. Now this is of paramount importance. The worker should believe the fundamental principles of safety, because it is not only towards their safety but also the safety of their colleagues and workers and so on and so forth. So, how does it reduce injuries? Let us understand that employees are the backbone of an organization. If we can value them, if we can make them understand that without the employees the organization cease to exist, send the message that they are an important asset, help align everyone in the company towards the common goal of arriving home safe towards their family at the end of every shift, at the end of every working day that go around it. That means there is a sense of belongingness for the family also. Developing and promoting safety identity builds accountability and sharpens the employee awareness. Thereby, the potential hazards have been reduced. If the employee is aware, definitely the potential hazards will not have an impeding impact, a disastrous impact on towards the productivity of the organization. Employee families will support the initiatives and will help promote the importance of arriving home safe. That is what we are trying to tell it to you. It is your family which matters at the end of the day. So, does it saves the company money? Definitely yes. Why? Because by tying safety performance goals to your incentive plans, you are raising the awareness, so it can be incentivized also. If there are less of a breakdowns, if there are less of a slippage, if there are proper cost cutting, if there are no incident, no untoward accidents that happens in the shop floor, in the office, definitely yes, safety performance is up to the mark. Sharpened awareness of potential hazards will reduce the amount of accident and injuries, which will create savings on the workers compensation and self insurance premium. So that means, what are we talking about it? We are talking about the medical insurance that comes around it. We are talking about the hospitalization benefit. So one is medical insurance that comes around, and we can also save on the hospitalization factors altogether. So a decrease in accidents and injuries through safety culture will reduce your direct and indirect injury cost. This needs to be understood. Why should I promote? Then the reason is, does it make sense to promote safety culture? Yes, because that is what your company is supposed to be. This promotes a positivity of the company's image over the society. It is a marketing strategy also that can be enhanced around here. So ultimately leads to recognition from outside entities, the society, the stakeholders, the government, you name it, and we have it. Radiates the company pride throughout the organization that this is a zero accident company. This is zero accident, and or let's say it's hardly if any accident or any untoward incidents actually occur. Speaks volumes to your customer that you actually take good care of your employees, builds morale through constant celebration and improving your safety goals. Definitely, yes. So, direct cost of health and safety in the workplace are the worker compensation and the insurance premium. No doubt about it. There is a marked improvement, and believe me, if there are zero accidents, zero untoward incidents, definitely the insurance company is going to charge lesser premium, given the fact that they will not owning up or coughing of money to compensate for any kind of accidents or workers compensation. Medical cost, if your company is self-insured or participates in any such kind of programs, is what we are going around it. This needs to be taken into consideration. Possible fines are direct results of an accident injury. Now this is what is the possible fines which be going around it. So that makes direct cost along with it. So money spent on health and safety programs is money spent on a incentive programize, or we can incentivize such kind of issues altogether. Yes, we will talk about it. We will improve upon the abilities to have less or zero accident in the shop. The indirect cost, what are the indirect cost comes around it? The indirect cost is the loss of time or the contingent cost. Look at it, the contingent cost or the direct loss of time, whatever you call it. There's an indirect loss of time and there's a direct loss of time. There's a contingent cost. Damage to the equipment and waste of the material is what we are looking into it. And there is overhead, there is excess overhead. This happens because you are not taking the due precaution, so on and so forth. Let us come with an example altogether. If you look into it, see, it's a direct and indirect cost of injuries we are talking around it. So what is the medical cost or indemnity payments? It's a proxy $1,101 that has been paying as an insurance claim. Now, by multiplying the direct cost with the cost multiplier, you will calculate the indirect cost. What is the cost multiplier? If this is in the value of less than 3,000 or less than $3,000 or more than $3,000 is 4.5. It is, see, this is the insurance. How do they calculate it altogether? So if it is more than 10,000, the insurance premium, the multiplier would be approximately 1.1 times, and so on and so forth. So direct cost, look at it. If it is 4.5, less than 3,000, it is approximately $4,954 we're looking into it. So what does it mean? 4,901 plus this 1,001 will be $6,055. That will be your total cost that impacts you. You never realize, believe me, for every $1 invested on safety purposes, it actually saves approximately $3 or more than $3 over a period of time of, let's say, 5 to 7 years. It has been noticed. So safety pays. Look at it. Safety pays. We are talking about the average cost being $1,101. Indirect cost is $4,954. The total cost is approximately $6,055, which is approximately the 6% of the total profit margin of the company, which eats into it. So sales needed to cover the direct cost. See, what about the whooping sales that needs to be covered around it? Look, approximately $82,500, which you are looking at to cover the total cost is approximately 100,000, 101,000, almost. If we say so, The extent in which employer ultimately plays the direct cost depends on the nature of the employer's workers compensation insurance policy. The employers always pays for the indirect cost. The report, remember, is generated by occupational safety hazard analysis. We are talking around it. Let us come up with an example, a proxy example, but believe me, I'm not divulging the names of the company, but this is the hard fact which have been done taking care about the safety cultures way back in 1999. Prior to that, if you want to look into it, employees would actually leave their work site if OSHA arrived for an inspection. So basically, they want to create an impression. Safety was addressed only as and when required by the regulatory authority or occupational. The OSHA would be the regulatory authority. If OSHA is occupational safety and hazard analysis, executives and management didn't, never demonstrated about their commitment towards the safety. They didn't bother about the safety of the employees. They didn't bother about the, they treated accident as an unfortunate incident and would be happening every once in a blue moon kind of scenario. But this is wrong. This notion is completely false. We must depend upon what exactly is meant by the safety standard concern. Prior to 1999, what exactly happened? Employee viewed personal protective equipment and safety as something that was uncomfortable, that was an impediment in their work down, actually slowed them down. They did not facilitate a good, smooth finish of the work. So injuries started to mount up. Untoward incident did happen, especially with the ones that could have been prevented if you would have wore the right safety equipment or right safety gears, if you would have taken all the precautions that is required. That is what the proper personal protective equipment is about it. So then it was implemented post 99 in this particular century. The contractor became a partner of OSHA through voluntary protection. Safety was addressed in the estimation stage and job that was bid. You look into it, every time there was a project that was involved, it was the vendor actually said, look here, we are going to follow the safety rules, and for that you have to cough up an extra money. Definitely yes, an extra money needs to be coughed up. Safety addressed at an estimation stage and the job that was bid altogether. During the thing, job hazard analysis are performed for any changes in the work area or work type. Executive demonstrated a commitment to safety. Management demonstrated a commitment to safety. Safety had become a prerogative to the company. Workers took ownership of the safety in their workplace. Company required all contractors to adhere to the same safety guidelines as the company's employees are looking into it. So how does it benefit the accident? How does it benefit the safety compliance or the safety culture, should I say? It benefits, first and the foremost thing is reduction in accident, reduction in personal injuries, reduction in downtime time, reduction in absenteeism, or should I say improved employee morale, improved productivity, and workers compensation savings. Now what is worker compensation savings is what I spoke in the very beginning of this presentation about EMR, experience modification rate. Remember, experience, in times I have used the word modification, some people actually go to the extreme and say mortality rate as such. In 1999, this company's EMR was approximately 1.03. That was the EMR or experience modification rate. Look at it. Post 1999, if you have 2002, 2003, 2008, the savings figures, look what are the savings. It has actually improved over a period of time. Look at it, and this is an exact figure which tells it the saving is divided into EMR remain 1 minus the actual worker compensation. Definitely yes. If you understand what I said, for every dollar invested in safety, an average $3.32 of the contractor is saved over a 7-year period. So that made sense for a company to invest in safety gear. Remember, a dollar, it might be an unproductive, it might not be catering into the project cost, it might be actually eating into the project cost, but I strongly advocate, and we at the company, at the corporate level, strongly believe that safety matters. Safety, any investment done, even a dollar investment done, gives a return of more than three times, 3.32 to be exact, over a 7 years. So worker compensation of EMR what look at is what we have done with the worker compensation. The saving is immense. Approximately $1,600 you start saving around it, and that is more or less, mind you, this is because of a larger base effect that we're talking around here. Immediately after 99, the immediate improvement was because of the lower base, where the base was like somewhere down the corner at this particular level. Right. So, and from here it jumped. So there was a huge jump. But after this, the base came down. So that is what the actual safety is all about. It costs the company that are subtracted from the saving. Then the number is divided by the average number of employees. For every employee, this company saves approximately more than $983 or approximately $1,000 per year for safety cost. So, how do I start building the safety culture? Number one, first have a formal safety program. Develop a mission statement which endorses safety. Develop a safety slogan. Incentivize the program. Conduct weekly safety talk. Perform job hazard analysis. Tell them which are the jobs which requires or are akin to accident, prone to accident. Develop safety standard training programs as you want to go around it. Safety, create a disciplinary program. Make sure that everyone is follow the dictum time and again. Install kind of cross inspection procedures. Either you are inspecting or your co-worker is inspecting. It is always to be mandatory to have a cross inspection procedure in place. Contract somebody else to work and look after the safety procedures. Have an audit taking place at a regular interval. Require all employees, all staff to go to orientation prior to the work assignment. This remains a must. You just cannot absolutely ignore it. With this, I come to an end of this presentation. Thank you for watching this video.